Hello students, welcome back to your online session for physics class for today. Now today we are going to begin with our new chapter and the name of the lesson is force. You can turn to page number 31 in your physics books. Now see, in this chapter what all we are going to learn is force as a push or pull, like what exactly is a force. Then we are going to learn effects of force on mass and direction. We can see the topics: effects of force on mass, direction, and the change in shape and size using real world examples only. Then next point is force of friction, its types, rolling, sliding and static, and advantages and disadvantages of friction. So this is all we are going to learn or study about in this chapter. Now let us get started. I hope you all can see this picture over here. A man is actually applying force on this car. Why? To move this car, as this car is stuck in this ice. Okay, so force applied by the person is not enough to push the car out of the snow. There has to be enough friction too. This is what this picture is saying. Now we will learn in this chapter about why this car is unable to move, about the friction, what is friction, and all this. Let us see the introduction. You have studied earlier about the different types of motion. Have you ever wondered what causes these motions? Let us recall some of our everyday experiences. What do you do to make a football move? Whenever you try to make the football move, what we used to do? We used to kick the football, right? What do you do to make a moving ball move faster? If a ball is moving slow, so what we used to do to make it move faster? We used to throw it with high speed or high energy, right? Or high force, I should say. Then next question is, what does a goalkeeper how does a goalkeeper stop a shot at the goal? Whenever we used to play football or something like that, like how the goalkeeper used to stop the ball. He used to just uh, apply the force or energy to stop that ball, right? Then how do fielders stop the ball hit by a batsman in the game of cricket? Let us see. You don't have to be a physicist over here, means like the one who knows physics very well, who knows about all the angles and everything. Okay, so it is not necessary to know what is needed to pull the car shown in the out of the snow. You require a push or a pull. We just need either to push the car or to pull the car. If the frustrated motorist can apply enough force, the car will move. Yes, if this person, motorist means the one who is uh, riding this car, whose car is this? Okay, if this person will apply enough force, then this car will definitely move. You require, okay, now but what is keeping the car stuck in the snow? The motorist can use the power of the engine of his car to pull it out, but it does not happen. Is there another force which is required for pulling this car out of the snow? The answer is yes. Yes, the another option was like this person is pushing this car to move it out of the snow, but the another option might be like if he will just turn on his engine and turn on his car to pull it out of the snow, but it will not happen because there is another force that is also working, and if that force will not be applied unless and until, it will not move. And what is that force? The force is the force of friction. It seems so that there is not enough friction between the tires and the snow. Hence there is no motion. So it means, what is this force of friction? The force that help us to move or to pull or push anything on any object or any surface. Okay? Now when you push or pull an object, You exert a force on it. We just apply a force on it. You exert a force when you throw or kick a ball. Whenever we throw a ball or whenever we kick a ball, we also apply a force in it also. In these examples, the word force is associated with the result of muscular activity and some changes in the state of motion of an object. Forces do not always cause motion. Forces do not always cause motion means it is not necessary that if we apply the force, the thing or the object will surely move. It is not at all necessary. They may change the shape of the body too. In this chapter, we will understand the basic nature of force and, of course, a little about friction. Yes, so what they just said, that it is not at all necessary that if we apply the force on any object, the object will move. No, it is not at all necessary. Why? Because see, let us see an example. Now see here, I took two things just to show or just to illustrate uh, an example, and this is a chalk. Okay, now if I am applying the force on it, this is the force done. So after applying the force, this chalk is broken down and it has changed its shape, right? So this is what they are also saying, they may change the shape of the body too, right? Now if I'll apply more force on this part of the chalk, it will again break, right? So it will again change the shape. Similarly, let us see this page. If I'll apply the force on it, like without moving it, I don't want to move it, but only if I'll apply the force on it, what will happen? We can crush it very easily, or we can fold it, right? We can easily fold the pages, you all know. So this is how this sentence is correct, that they may change the shape of the body too. In this chapter we will understand the basic nature of force and, of course, a little about friction. Let us see our next point. Force as a push or a pull. In our in our daily life, we pick up things, open things, shut things, kick things, hit things, lift things, and host of other activities like this. Yes, in our daily life, that is very true, that we apply force in all the things. Like, see, this is a color, and can I open it without applying force? No, not at all possible. Once I'll apply the force on it, it will open, and then I have to apply the force on it, then only it will close down. So these are the examples that we see in our daily life. We do, and we see so many things in which we apply force. Now let us see, can we replace these terms which cause a change on the motion of an object by a single term? Let us see. Now see, the activity is given to us over here. Situation, they have given us a situation and we have to just think about whether it is a push or a pull or a lift. Now drawing a bucket of water from a well. एक कुएं में से एक बकेट पानी हमें निकालना है. So it means we have to first of all push the bucket in the well, right? We have to just give the bucket inside the well, and then we have to pull the water, and that is also called as lifting. Then here they have asked whether we have applied push. Yes, we have applied push. And whether we have applied pull. Yes, we have also applied pull. Now a cricket ball hit by a batsman. So actually the batsman has pushed the ball from his bat. Then the if someone is pulling, sorry, here we will only tick on push. Okay, because they have not asked or they have not specified whether anyone has catched it or not. Okay, so yes, push. Now moving a loaded car. Moving a loaded car. It means they are pushing it. Then opening or closing a drawer. While opening we are pushing it, and while opening we are pulling it, and while closing we are pushing it but not lifting. Opening or shutting a door. Again, while opening we are pulling it, and while closing we are pushing it. Right? Now when we study the above table, after completing it, we will find that all the above actions can be classified as push or pull. In science, a push or a pull in an object is called force. Thus, in the above table, all the objects are under the effect of force. It means whatever activities we are doing in this table, all the activities are actually applying force. Now the point number 3.2. Let us see. Forces are due to interaction. We can see this picture over here. Let us first of all read about it. A bus, as shown in the figure, will move only when it is pushed or pulled. The bus may begin to move in the direction of the applied push or pull. Motion is not possible without the application of a force. Now see, as these people are actually pushing it towards backside, so only when the enough force will be applied on this bus, then this bus will surely move in the direction of applied push or pull. Okay, so it means motion is not possible without the application of a force. It means if we will not apply any force, we cannot move any object. The concept of force gives us the quantitative description of the interaction between two bodies or between a body and the environment. It means, what is the concept of force? It is the quantitative description of interaction between two bodies. It means, see, like if I have to move this cap, I have to apply very less force, right? But if I have to move this pen, I have to apply little bit more force, right? If I have to apply this if I have to move this book, I have to apply more force than that pen. So it means the interaction between two bodies means like after touching or after seeing the given object, we come to know how much force we have to apply on it. Okay, now the inter is in the term interaction means mutual or in between. Thus the interaction between two bodies is called force. When you push or pull a car stuck in mud, you exert a force on it. This force may or may not be able to move the car. If a car is stuck in the mud, it means like अगर कहीं मिट्टी में कोई कार फंस गई है, so what we have to do to move it or to take it out from that place? We have to apply force on it, we have to exert force on it, but it is not necessary that when we will apply the force, the car will move surely. Why? Because we have not applied the force that is needed that much for the car. Thus, the force is an agent, often termed as a push or a pull, which can move or tend to move an object. This is what I was saying just now, that it is not at all necessary that if we are applying force on any object, it will surely move. Why? Because it is not necessary that the force that we are applying to any object is enough for that object. It might be, it might need more force. So for that we need more people to apply more force for that object, right? Now can stop or tend to stop an object in the motion. Yes, if something is coming towards you, like just imagine a car whose brakes are failed and it is coming towards you in slow speed. So it is quite possible that if two or three people will apply the force, we can easily stop the car. And this might happen for many things also, that we can also stop an object that is in motion, that is actually a that is actually moving. Now fourth point is, can change or tend to change the direction of motion of an object. Yes, with after applying the force we can also change the direction of any object. Can increase or decrease the speed of an object. Yes, we can also applying by after applying force we can also increase or decrease the speed of any object. Now, in pushing or pulling, at least two objects are involved. If we have to push anything or if we have to pull anything, two objects are involved. Like, see, if I have to push this pen, so it means two objects. First object is this and second object is my thumb. So two objects are needed. Consider the given figure. Can you identify who is pushing whom? Yes, who is pushing whom? Now we can see this picture. Two sumo wrestlers are fighting. Now the one who is having more weight and more energy will surely can apply more force. So it means out of these two, if this one is heavy then this, if this one is having more weight, so this one will surely push the another one. It means while pushing, the one who is having more weight will surely more push the another person. Now second figure below shows a famous dance form of Punjab, Kikli. Can you identify in the figure who is pulling whom? Now here also the one who is having more weight can easily pull another one, right? So this girl is having more height and more weight, can easily pull this girl towards her. So these are the examples that are given to us in this book of push and pull. Okay. So we will do this topic today, students. Now please read this one and try to understand it by yourself also after reading it. And if you have any doubt, feel free to clarify it from me. Okay. Have a good day. Take care.